Francis Collins was born on a Virginia farm in 1950. As a child, he scattered chemical reagents all over the barn. His mother exclaimed, "This kid will blow up the house." At 15, teaching himself quantum mechanics, he was punished to write a review by his teacher for drawing half the universe on the blackboard. At 22, earning a PhD in chemistry, he fainted during anatomy class. His mentor sighed, "You're better at handling test tubes than scalpels." At 27, he switched to medicine. Late at night, observing DNA under a microscope, he spilled coffee, accidentally discovering that base sequences resemble musical scores. At 32, leading the Human Genome Project, his funding applications were rejected 17 times. He had to code with second-hand sequencers in the basement. At 38, discovering the cystic fibrosis gene, he rushed into the rain holding printouts and shouted, "Found it!" Passers-by thought he was crazy. At 42, the draft human genome was released. At the White House press conference, he played the guitar and sang Genesis. Peers rolled their eyes. This guy wants to win the Nobel Prize with chords. At 46, publishing The Language of God, he was attacked by both theologians and atheists. He hid in the laboratory eating cold pizza. At 50, serving as director of the NIH, he promoted precision medicine, but Congress cut the budget to radish juice level. At 55, when the COVID-19 pandemic broke out, he worked 72 hours straight. Facing media attacks over vaccine data errors, he said to the microscope alone, "At least you won't shift blame." At 60, the cost of genome sequencing dropped to $1,000. He refused to patent it, saying, "Genes belong to all humanity." At 65, diagnosed with prostate cancer, he rejected experimental therapy, smiling, "It's time for young people to play with gene editing." At 70, in a BBC interview, he admitted, "My greatest achievement is writing faith into science without being expelled by either side." At 73, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, he yawned, "The medal isn't as nice as the beep of a sequencer." At 74, on his deathbed, he left his guitar to the laboratory. His last words, "Don't sequence me, I want to leave cleanly."